are doing the analysis, breakdown, and prediction video of the Detroit Lions versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We'll go into offense, defense versus offense, and at the end, I give you my thoughts on who wins the game. But before we do that, who do you think wins the game? In the comments right now, put TB if you got the Buccaneers winning, put DET if you got the Lions. And folks, that's what we love here about today. It's all about Lions and Bucks doing some QA, having a good time, and talking about what's going to be taking place for the up-and-coming game. That is for sure. Make sure you go ahead and smash that like button. How's everybody doing? Let's shout out everybody in the chat. We got Josh Jackson, Shift God, James Janella, Taylor, Alexis Janella. We got Kurt Kalsprick, Evan Davis, Don the Goat, Burr in the building, James Copeland, 9 the Goat drinks, and Evan Davis. Appreciate you all coming in really quick. A shout out from today's sponsor. I want to talk to you about the sponsor of today's video. That's Game Time. They have killer deals and last minute tickets and lowest prices guaranteed. They also have Game Time picks, and that is the best deals in your area. Mine being Grand Rapids Whitecaps, $4 I can go to a game. Check out Game Time Picks, where you can stop stressing and start getting hyped for the fun that you're going to have. It is easy to find and buy tickets for any kind of event in your area, whether that's sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, or whatever. Their lowest price is guaranteed. That's the Game Time Guaranteed, which means you're always getting the best prices. And if you find tickets in the same area, a section or less, Game Time is going to credit you 110% of the difference. You can get exclusive flash deals on tickets for football, baseball, basketball, concerts, and more. And in the middle screenshot, by the way, it is a fantastic feature of the app. It shows you where your seat is, and if you move your phone left to right, you can see the surrounding area like it's a 3D live photo. So download the app, plug in Chat Sports, and you're going to get $20 off your very first purchase. Again, go to the redeem code section, plug in Chat Sports. You're going to get $20 off your first purchase. Terms should apply. You got a Crean account. You got to have an email to save that money. The link is going to be in the comment section and description of this video. So if you're buying Lions tickets this year, make sure you're using Game Time. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets and lowest prices guaranteed. And that's what it's all about. We also got a lot of people coming in here. Evan Davis, Kurt as well, Roger the Goat, Guardo, Phil, my man Keitho in the building, Alan, Lisa De Lorenzo. Everybody, thank you for coming in. If I missed your name, it's because I just simply missed it. We're going to talk about Lions. We're going to talk about Buccaneers. We're going to talk about the latest Lions news and rumors for you folks today. And Carlton Davis' revenge game is on Sunday. Super excited for that. Lions and Buccaneers. Right now, Lions are 7.5-point favorite. Dang, that's pretty high. I don't know about covering that type of spread. I do have that, but if you're a betting person, that is a nerve-wracking type of bet right there. I don't know if I would bet on it if you are an individual betting, but I do get the Lions winning this game, as you all seen. Did the video yesterday. Lions are look, their offense wasn't the greatest against the Rams, but the Rams are a really good team all around. They beat the Rams at home, and it's beating the Rams is different than beating the Washington Commanders. I think the Rams are a playoff team. I think the Commanders are not a playoff team, and the Buccaneers throttled them on Sunday. So we got two good teams whom we faced already last year in the playoffs, Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans. We get to do it again. It's going to be a playoff game 2.0. Two playoff games, two teams that we beat last year in the playoffs, we got to face right off rip. So that's going to be fun. St. Brown and Laporta will have a big game, Jonathan Anton. Probably you can actually I could see the situation where the Lions are targeting the middle of the field. They have a lot of injuries over there right now for the Tampa Bay secondary. A good spot would to kind of do the type of plays, crossing routes, right? See who can get in the space in the middle of the defense. You do that, I think the Lions can make a lot of yards. And that's what they did in the playoffs last year versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They started to target Sam Laporta in the middle of the defense. Was getting first down, and then it opened it up. Lions offense started to gel in the second half of the game. Really did last year. DJ Reader, as you can say, Shift God says Reader time 100%. DJ Reader's making his Lions debut on Sunday. Super excited to see what Reader can do in the middle of that defense, and I think it's already a good part. Lions defensive line showed a lot of promise last week. Levon Uzurike was disrupting. Marcus Davenport got a half a sack. I think that the defensive line is improved significantly from last year. And then now we bring in DJ Reader, who is going to be another player in the middle of that defense that is going to be able to rest up other people. He's going to get in there. He's a disruptor himself, one of the better defensive tackles in football. So it just keeps everybody fresh, and the talent is still really high on the field. The disruption is still taking place. Unlike years past, I feel like if you were to take, say if you had Aidan Hutchinson off the field for a significant amount of time, we're probably not doing anything on this defensive line. Now it's a little bit different. We got other players that can contribute. They're not obviously as good as Hutchinson's, not even close. But we have other players because we have depth at this defensive line. Good amount of depth. And I'm really happy to see that because we are going to have injuries. We are going to have situations where these players are tired and you want to have the bodies in there. We got the bodies. Yes, Reader's a go. He's going to play on Sunday. Limited snap count. That's what I suggest. I said that if you were to play last week, it'd be limited. He's going to play this week. It's going to be limited. Remember, he basically didn't practice at all, much at all, since his surgery that he had for the Bengals, since his injury. So he's got to get back in that shape. He'll be doing that on Sunday. That's where the starting point is. So I'm excited for that. He is going to be a boost for the defensive line. That is for sure. Somebody posted, I don't know if it was Spenmo Rax or Speakeasy, had Thanos when he put on the final Infinity Stone when DJ Reader's entering to the lineup, and I think that's exactly the good gift right there, right? He's putting the final stone in there, and he's got the power, and now the defensive line's got that final piece, and they're going to be a big boost. It's going to be a challenge because Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a good team, and they're the 17th best-ranked offensive line per PFF, so they're a middle-round defensive line. I think the Lions could take advantage there. But you got Baker Mayfield, who's squirrely. He can get out of the pocket and use his legs. The difference between him and Stafford is Stafford got rid of the football really quick this past game. That's the reason why we didn't have more sacks, is because he was getting rid of it at, 2.5 seconds? It was quick. He was getting rid of the football. They're using that as their run game, basically. It's just quick pass. Baker Mayfield's not going to do that. They want to wait for bigger wide receiver routes to open up. They do a lot of big plays. That's how their offense is ran, as well as in the run game, but I do think that we can stop their run game. When it comes to the pass game, though, I think the Lions will have opportunity to get some sacks and hit Baker Mayfield because of how they operate their offense and how Baker Mayfield's got to hold on the ball a little bit longer. That's where I pretty much look at the Buccaneers. And so I think the Lions are still a good matchup. Terrion, Arnold, and Carlton Davis. Remember, this is Carlton Davis. They traded him away from Tampa Bay. So you know he wants to have a revenge game. So there is a little revenge there, and he can scout and give Aaron Glenn all the information on the wide receivers. Played against them for years, even though we know they're really good. Lions defense is much improved. It is much improved, and that's where we keep talking about. The Lions are a good team, and when it comes to this game, and I just look all around, I wouldn't bet on it because it's 7.5 points is high. But if you look at my score prediction, I think it was it 34-17 or 31-17? The Lions pass offense and offense is going to thrive in this game, at least due to the injuries in the secondary. If the Lions offensive line holds, they're going to be in a world of hurt. The Lions should be able to continue to score points against the Tampa Bay defense. because of the injuries to their secondary. I mean, they lost 3 players. That's a significant amount. That's a big amount. What's up, the Dern in the building? Appreciate you coming in here. Mike, we got to stay away from Levante David. Yes, other than that, I think we'll be all right. We should score a lot of points. Levante David is one of the best in football at his position, a linebacker. He is a sideline-to-sideline guy. Lions got a lot of good players, though, offensively. Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta, St. Brown, Jamison Williams, right? David Montgomery. That offensive line, hold up, they're good. We've seen what happens when this offensive line is at strength. We've seen that in overtime, and it was mauling. I feel like the offensive line didn't start great in the game with the Rams. Graham Glasgow playing on the left side is a little bit different. But I felt like, obviously, by the end of the game, they really were starting to get their stride. This offense can bulldoze people. If they hold and protect Jared Goff, he's going to be able to make some plays. Ooh, I got the hiccups. Sorry about that. Okay, let's go ahead and do some QA here. And let's get this thing going. I just got to find my QA spot. Alrighty. Get my comments up. If you got comments, throw it in the comment section. We're going to get after it for sure. Says, we gave up 300 passing yards against LA, but good news, it was on 49 passes. Yes, and it was Matthew Stafford, and we still won. Here's the thing. People say we gave it up. Yes, they supplemented that for the run game, and we still won. He put up a lot of yards, and we still won. So, I suspect that we can handle if some yards have to give up. And we got a 1999 Super Chat from Roger the Goat Gawardo. He says, enter the hashtag Raider Effect. Hopefully Hutch, McNeil, Levi, Davenport have a great game. Let the dogs loose on this one. 3+ sacks. That and Davis and Mike Evans will be good. They're going to be good. This will be a good team. Thank you so much for that super chat. Everybody thumbs up to Roger the Goat Gawardo for dropping that 1999 super. That's what it's all about. Appreciate you. Yes, you are correct. They are good players. They're 100% good players. I think they could get more sacks here. And last time we played the Buccaneers, it was more of a lot of safety or nickel corner blitz. We play man. The Lions could still get sacks. I feel like they could get pressure with their defensive line. We should be able to get more turnovers. If you don't have to get pressure with your secondary, and if you get pressure on your front four, that should spell news for the Lions, right? That we could win this game. We can win this game. So, thank you so much for that super chat, Roger the Goat. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Where is your watch party, and is appropriate to bring my 10-year-old son? Because he would love to meet you, and I'm coming from Ohio. I got to make sure that it's 100% going to happen at the Saugatuck Brewery Company on Sunday. Let me make sure. And yes, it's appropriate. I'm not a guy, especially in a facility, that I would do that. I try not to curse at all. I definitely keep it in there. Every once in a while, I'll do a drink of brew. So that is something, if you don't want to see. Every once in a while, if someone super chats me, I do a drink of brew. But I try to keep it as PC as possible. I'm not dropping F-bombs or anything like that. So if something happens, it was definitely not intentional. And sometimes because I do the audio of the game as well, and sometimes you can hear the players drop F-bombs or C-bombs or something like that, or B-bombs, we've seen it. But I try not to do that. Do we put Branch in the slot versus Godwin? No, I think we just stay with Amik Robertson. Amik played really good. Stay with his position right there. And I don't think we need to disguise much. I really don't think that we really need to change player positions much. This is the reason we brought Amik in. He's going to do the slot, stay with the slot. We need to have Brian Branch getting those interceptions. He almost had multiple interceptions his last game. Let this guy run around in the back end, try to make some plays. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Well, I just want him to be around a lot for a lot of Detroit fans. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, generally speaking, I mean, it depends where you're going, right? Saugatuck Brewing Company is a brewing company, and it's not like I don't think there's people that show up there. It's like a restaurant/bar type of thing, but it's not like it's a bad place at all to bring kids. There's a lot of kids there when I went. Let's see, how many yards do you think JMO gets this week? I'll go with 73 yards because I think St. Brown's going to get more. Obviously, he didn't get really anything. 1 for 13. So I'll go 73. St. Brown, he will get 87. There we go. We'll go 87. Comments come in quick on my left side, but they come in slower when I try to bring that up. It's very interesting how that works, but it is 100% true. I'm going to be on The Huge Show today from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. on 96.1 FM on ESPN Radio. Come join us, folks. 2 hours I'm on there, so come on down 3 to 5 p.m. If you're not in Michigan and you would like to hear the radio, you need to go to The Huge Show. Just search it on Google. Free. Huge Show free, or listen live. You'll get it. Can't wait to see you, brother. Thank you, Goff. Yep, I'm definitely not we don't do stupid stuff, right? Let's see here. Hashtag smash the hole, aka hit that like button. Absolutely. Hey, we only got 29 likes. We're 102 in the building. Smash that like button. Let's get this thing flowing here, folks. Let's get this thing flowing. Let's see, I think Laporta could have a bounce back too, 100%. This is the game. If you are a Laporta, you have him in fantasy for, you should be getting points today. Laporta carved up the defense last year in the playoffs versus the Buccaneers. That is exactly what they're probably going to do, the same type of tactic again in this game, because you can win in the middle of the defense, especially with these corners down. So I think that's a great opportunity to do some slant routes, quick routes, get Laporta open. It's a mismatch. He's faster. Same with Jahmyr Gibbs. We got to look at the mismatch in this game too, because it's a good defense. I'm not saying Tampa's not a good defense. They're a really good defense, but there's mismatches. This is a situation where I think that you do got to put some mismatches for the Lions' offense. Not defense, but more of the offense. Yeah, we just need to get the interception. He missed it but Brian Branch, he was mad at himself. I bet you he's more critical of himself than anybody else, so I don't need to criticize him. It's the same thing with St. Brown. We all know St. Brown is mad. He's going to do much better in this pass in the next game. They were on him like white on rice. Absolutely. With honor, you keep forward down the field. I really like to see the whole lot of less slipping on the guys in the field. Well, way too many field monster moments in the game versus LA. 100%. And I agree with you fully on that with Lisa Dorenzo. Sewell pushing the entire pile for 4 extra yards. No, OT was the best play of the game. We literally have an elite offensive line. We do. If the Lions play smash mouth stuff, it down your throat football like we did OT against the Rams, Lions will win this game, I guess, 27-17. If they can run the football like they did versus the Rams, the game would be over. We would just consistently run the football. I mean, there would be The Rams was getting pounded, and that's what we need to do. Let's run the football, folks. Run it. But the Rams defensive line, the Buccaneers defensive line, Vita Vea, is really good, and it's hard to run on him, but we do got a Frank Ragnow. They got a good defensive line, but we got a Ragnow, right? Just like Avengers. We have a Hulk. Well, we have a Ragnow, and Ragnow pushes Loki in Thanos' army out. That's what he does. So that's how we play. I'll distribute the Saugatuck products here in northern Michigan. Awesome, Josh Jackson. Yeah, man, that's cool. Yeah, it's Saugatuck Brewing Company. I believe I'm going there this Sunday. I got to just confirm before tomorrow, but I suspect I'll be there. Let's see, third quarter. Better be friend this. But we are friend this game. It hasn't been a year. Third quarter is got to get better for the Lions. Oh, my goodness. Jeff Risdon talked about on his podcast, he believes that it could be our great OC Ben Johnson is thinking too much, that they'll switch on him and then they don't, or vice versa. I don't know what it is, but we definitely got to figure it out. Just don't change what's happening in the first half. I think that's the way that it goes. If it's working probably in the first half, it's probably working in the second half. Run the football. Just continue to run it. Pound it. Don't get away from the run game. One thing that concerns me about running is Tampa knows how to blitz us, and we do struggle to run the ball against Tampa so much. Yeah, they got a good defensive line. We got to get open, and I think this is a good Jahmyr Gibbs type of game, too, where if we have mismatches him, he can break one away. I think that's what we need to look at. Have him in the pass game in here. I'd like to see that as well because of his speed. They are really good defensively, but we got speed. Let's beat him with our speed in this game. I think that's important. That's really important. One thing that is good is 21-15. I'm thinking, hey, I don't care if we were to win 2-0. You know, we win. People get mad about wins now. I will never get mad about a win. I will always be happy with the win, unless there's a significant injury. But winning is the ultimate goal. I don't care how much you win by. Yes, overcorrecting, and then he changes back to what he's working. Yeah. That's what Risdon thinks. That's probably what I'm thinking there too, because it doesn't make a lot of sense how it's been consistent, and it did it again. We got to stop with this third quarter woes, man. That's why we always start off with the ball in the first half, because it's like, well, shoot. We last year, every time they got the ball, the other team would score. And then the second half, we never score, so it's like, well, just start the ball first. We score. And we already know we're not going to score in the first drive of the second half in the third quarter. So we need to have that change, that mantra change. That would be really nice. Really nice if that could occur. I don't know if it will, but that's what I hope. Do you think that we should put Arnold on the number one receiver? I'll leave Carlton Davis on Mike Evans. Mike Evans is a very good wide receiver. This is 11th year in the league, I think so. Veteran guy. I want Carlton Davis on him. They practice against each other a lot in Tampa. Remember, he came from Tampa. He knows Mike Evans well. That's where I'm putting him. Carlton Davis, veteran, knows him well. That's who I want on him, is Carlton Davis. Terrion Arnold is still a rookie. He's a good rookie, but he's still a rookie. So I want to put my experienced player on their most experienced player. And then I'll let Terrion Arnold do his thing. Because, look, it's not like the Chris Godwin, who's their number 2, is a slouch. He's a good receiver, too. So I'll put Terrion on Godwin, and we'll go from there. Nameek's got to go against that rookie. That rookie, McMillan, he's pretty good. So they got some weapons. We got our defense that should be able to do a much better job than last year. We got to stop the run. They do that. The Lions should win the game, folks. We won it last year. It's going to be difficult. They want it bad, but I do think that the Lions are the better football team. If you got questions, put it in the comments section. Hashtag Lions, hashtag whatever. We're going to read the comments, and we're going to get after it. Again, we're going to be live on The Huge Show, 3 to 5 p.m. today. Does Patrick replace Kennedy this week? I hope so. Big M. It would be, 2 weeks from there? He should have enough plays in the playbook to throw him out there, in my opinion. With that said, I don't know how fast he's learning. He's got to learn this offense fast. And I can't wait for Tim Patrick to be out there. I cannot wait for him to be on the field because that's going to really help out that number 3 kind of wide. Look, Khalif Raymond's a wide receiver too, but you might want to have the bigger guy as well. So I think that'll open it up. Josh Reynolds was a big part of this offense last year, and we need to have somebody to replace that size that he brought. Tim Patrick could be the guy to do it. And hopefully he is up to speed as fast as possible. I see Davenport didn't practice. Any update? Nope. I didn't see an update on that. I also heard, was it Jamison Williams dealing with an ankle, but it's nothing serious. I don't think it's anything serious. I haven't heard anything on it. No one in my feed that we have has said anything about it. So as far as I know, I don't know anything. Hopefully it's nothing serious. And yeah, I still ain't heard anything on it. So I'm thinking it's probably nothing big. Personally, that's what I'm going with. Could be wrong. That is it though. How is Tampa looking health-wise? Very bad. 3 of their defensive backs are not playing or injured, not playing in the game. So they're really banged up in the secondary. That's just where I was saying we got to use our speed. We got to hit the middle of the field. We could take advantage of that. What need is greater, wide receiver or edge? I'm going to go with wide receiver at this point. I think wide receiver is probably the bigger need. But it's not a huge need. That's the thing. But bigger need, I would go with wide receiver. I'm hyped about JMO based what I saw week 1 predicting 1,000 yards this year, 8+ touchdowns. Yeah, I could see a situation like that for sure. Already got over 100. What was a 121? My dad texted me during the game last week and asked if I thought it was the same old third quarter Lions. Yeah, the same old third quarter Lions. That is funny, Amber and family. That is funny. Get all aboard the hype chain, 100%. Is Donovan Peoples-Jones not impressive enough to practice to get a look at? He didn't do anything in training camp. He got told where to go from Isaiah Williams in preseason game. I think it was the 3rd preseason game. Isaiah Williams told him where to line up. Isaiah Williams undrafted rookie, so it's not looking good for Donovan Peoples-Jones, but he's on the practice squad. Maybe he takes it up a notch. I don't know. Lisa DeLorenzo, hashtag FCB. Do you think Goff and St. Brown will connect better in this game against the Bucs? My thoughts are St. was not doubled covered as much as some think. I think they will get him the ball. St. Brown is an angry individual, and yeah, I think he'll get the ball for sure. They'll get him in space. That's what they're going to do. They're going to get him in the middle of space. They're going to get him in the middle of the field. And they're not going to double him as much as in this game. I think it's going to get less and less with the emergence of Jamison Williams. Do you see St. Brown having a better game? Yes. I mean, he only had one reception for 13 yards, so he's going to get better than that. Is James Houston on the practice squad? Nope, active roster. He's just not activated for the game. He's on the 53. Play Williams more. Oh, Isaiah Williams. Look, I agree, but they're looking for a big-bodied guy. Isaiah Williams is smaller. They got a Khalif Raymond in him right now. Why do you think St. Brown had such a bad game? Jared Goff is going to throw it to the open receiver. That's really it. You seen him throw it one time to St. Brown's, the forced throw that resulted in interception. There was zero separation in that route. So I think Jared Goff's just going to sit back. He's going to throw it to the open person. So, Hooker only plays if Goff goes down, or does he get his turn? Only if he goes down. Unless they want to use like a specialty play. They want to do a wildcat type of thing, but he's not replacing Jared Goff. Mike, did they just bring in Kirby Joseph or K Joseph in for insurance? Bates was, you're talking about the kicker? Bates was perfect. No, they're going to bring in a kicker to the practice squad anyways. They did it last year. They're going to do it they did it. They talked about doing it this year, and they already did it this year. Doesn't mean they don't believe at all in Jake Bates. Having your comment read on here is like hearing yourself on the radio. Oh, that's hilarious. Appreciate you, brother. Lions are not even going to be close. They could. I think I did 31-17. That was my prediction for the game. Lions win. I just think they're the better overall team. I do. I think they're the better team. And a lot of people looked at what they did, at least in my opinion, against the Commanders, when the Commanders is a bad team. So I asked why Vegas has the Lions as 7.5-point favorites. I don't like that number. I'm not going to lie to you. That seems extremely high, even though I got the Lions winning 31-17. I wouldn't bet on that, but I'd bet on the Lions to win. Do you think Hutch gets two or more sacks? You know what? 2 sacks in this game. We're going 2 for Hutch. Give him 3. He was so close so many times at Stafford nearly getting the sack, but the problem was Stafford got rid of the football so quick. He sure did. And that hurt the Detroit Lions getting rid of that football that quick. Alrighty, folks. I got on a little bit early. I'm going to get off here because I got to prepare for the huge show on YouTube. You can just rewatch it, I guess, but I'll be on the huge show live on the radio. I appreciate everybody hanging out for this little period. But, yeah, I got to get off here and get prepared. Also, got to get some lunch, too. So, with that said, folks, adios.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be